This video will answer all of your questions related to Iuno. Iuno will be the new 5-star Aero Gauntlet user. These are the materials we know about. Let's talk about her highlights first. She will be able to heal allies. She is a selfish shielder. Her team-wide shields are locked behind her Resonance Node 4. If any change about this shield happens, I will make sure to let you guys know about that in the comments. She will have 2 special states, and she will be able to switch between them. She will be able to buff heavy attack damage, and she will provide other buffs that will be discussed in the video. This video is sponsored by LD Shop, the ultimate destination to top up for all your favorite games. Whether you're looking to pull for your dream character or renew your monthly pass, LD Shop has got you covered. Why choose LD Shop? Because it lets you save above 25% on your top-ups. That's right, more pulls, less spending. Let's say you're eyeing that Lunite subscription. All you have to do is enter your in-game info, confirm the payment, and sit back while the transfer is completed quickly and securely. LD Shop is a safe and trusted platform with hundreds of thousands of satisfied users and thousands of positive reviews. It's reliable, fast, and super easy to use. And here's the best part. If you spend over $80 a month, you can get a game pass of your choice. That's incredible value for your money. Oh, and don't forget, if you register using my exclusive link in the description, you'll get a 15% off coupon and a 5% off coupon, which means you can save even more when pulling for your favorite characters. Starting off with her basic attack, she can perform up to 3 consecutive strikes, dealing arrow damage, and she will have the typical mid-air attack and dodge counter. We will not be getting into that basic stuff. Keep in mind, all the information is subject to change as her kit is still in beta. When she uses her resonance skill called Pulse of Origins, Iuno dashes forward, dealing arrow damage. After this resonance skill, or after her 3rd basic attack, she will be able to chain into enhanced versions of her skills. After casting basic attack stage 3, intro skill, or her resonance skill, Iuno's resonance skill is replaced with a skill called Closing Refrain for 5 seconds. Casting Closing Refrain unleashes a flurry of strikes, dealing arrow damage, and activates Lunar Phasing state. To fully understand the Lunar Phasing state, we will have to understand her Forte circuit, which will make things more easy for you guys. According to her Forte circuit, she will be able to enter 2 types of special states, and she will also be able to switch between the 2 states. This whole mechanic is called Lunar Phasing. The first and the default state is called the Half Moon state, and the other one is called the New Moon state. The Half Moon state will help in producing special points called Sentience, and the New Moon state will consume Sentience to enhance the damage multipliers and helps in recovering Concerto energy, which will be used in her domain expansion. Both states will have different resonance skills. When Iuno is in the Half Moon state, her resonance skill is replaced with Unfinished Refrain. Casting Unfinished Refrain unleashes a flurry of strikes, dealing arrow damage. When Iuno is in the New Moon state, her resonance skill is replaced with Overdraw, which has 2 initial charges. Casting Overdraw causes Iuno to shift position and deal arrow damage. Now let's go into its details. By default, she enters Half Moon state. Iuno's jump is replaced with Flux, enabling her to switch between the attack stances. Iuno can hold up to 100 points of sentience. Iuno gains sentience through her intro skill, Resonance Liberation, Resonance Skill, Closing Refrain, or Unfinished Refrain, and while in Half Moon state, basic attacks, dodge counters, and mid-air attacks grant sentience on hit. Now let's talk about New Moon state. Iuno attacks using the Moon Bow. While in this state, she can use Moon Bow basic attack, resonance skill Overdraw, dodge counter to consumes sentience to increase the skill's damage multiplier, restore additional Concerto energy, and heal nearby resonators in the team. Iuno can use Flux Moonring to deal arrow damage and switch to Half Moon state. When Iuno's Concerto energy is full, her resonance skill is replaced with Absolute Fullness. Casting Absolute Fullness deals arrow damage to nearby enemies and heals nearby resonators in the team. Iuno then ends Lunar Phasing state and enables a full moon domain at her location. This effect can be triggered once every 25 seconds. Resonators inside the domain periodically regain HP and stamina. When she uses her Resonance Liberation, she deals arrow damage and enters Lunar Phasing state. Now let's talk about her inherent skills. According to her first inherent skill, every time Iuno uses basic attack, resonance skill, resonance liberation, or intro skill, she gains a shield equal to 32% of her attack, lasting for 15 seconds. This shield will not be inherited by the incoming resonator, which is kind of disappointing if you ask me. According to her second inherent skill, skill. When Iuno casts intro skill or resonance liberation, she immediately gains 5 stacks of Blessing of the Wand Light. So what are these stacks for? Each stack increases Iuno's crit damage by 6% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. Gaining new stacks will reset the duration. This effect ends early if Iuno leaves the full moon domain or is switched off the field. Her intro skill will deal arrow damage. Her outro skill attacks the target to deal 100% arrow damage. The incoming resonator gains 50% heavy attack damage amplification for 14 seconds, which makes her a very good teammate for our upcoming Sun Queen Augusta. Now let's talk about her resonance chain, R1. When Iuno is in Lunar Phasing state, her attack is increased by 40%. When casting Resonance skill during her New Moon state, Iuno is immune to interruption, R2. In the New Moon state, damage dealt by basic attack, Resonance skill, and dodge counter is amplified by 65%. Casting Resonance skill in New Moon state no longer resets the combo of basic attack, R3. When Blessing of the Wand Light reaches 10 stacks, Iuno's crit damage is additionally increased by 60%, R4. Casting Resonance skill, Absolute Fullness, grants a shield equal to 480% of Iuno's attack. This shield lasts for 30 seconds and can be inherited by the incoming resonator, R5. Iuno gains 20% Resonance Liberation damage bonus, R6. The damage multiplier of Resonance skill, Absolute Fullness, is increased by 1,600%. Upon casting this skill, Iuno re-enters the New Moon state and gains 100 Sentience. Now let's talk about her signature weapon, which will be her best option, but we are not confirmed about the numbers yet. It increases attack by a certain amount. When casting intro skill or resonance liberation, increase resonance liberation damage by a certain amount. When the character obtains a shield, resonance liberation damage will ignore a certain amount of the target's defense. This effect can trigger once every 0.5 seconds up to 4 stacks for 5 seconds. Now let's talk about some 4-star weapon options. Celestial Spiral will be a very good 4-star option. Its substat will give her 18% attack. Casting the resonance skill grants 6 resonance energy and increases attack by 10%, lasting for 16 seconds. This effect can be triggered once every 20 seconds. You can also use Hollow Mirage on her. Its substat will give her 30% attack. When Resonance Liberation is cast, grants 3 stacks of Iron Armor. Each stack increases attack and defense by 3%, stacking up to 3 times. When the Resonator takes damage, reduces the number of stacks by 1. There will be a new Gauntlet in the next version which looks like a free-to-play version of her signature weapon. When casting Resonance Liberation, her attack and Resonance Liberation damage is increased. For her best Echo set, you will have to wait for the next version. The new set will be called as the Crown Valor set. Upon gaining a shield, it will increase the Resonator's attack and crit damage for a duration. This effect can be triggered once every few seconds and stacks up to certain times. As an alternative option, you can use Rejuvenating Glow for increasing her healing. Its 2-piece set increases healing bonus by 10%. Its 5-piece set increases the attack of all party members by 15% for 30 seconds upon healing allies. If you want more damage from her, you can use the Sierra Gale set. It will increase her arrow damage by 10%. Its 5-piece set increases arrow damage by 30% for 15 seconds after releasing intro skill. Now let's move on to her best main stats and substats. For her main stats, focus on getting healing or crit rate on her 4-cost echo, arrow damage on her 3-cost echoes, and attack percent on her 1-cost echoes. For her substats, you can use attack percent, crit rate, crit damage. Now let's talk about her best teams. She will be mainly used for the heavy attack damage dealers because of her outro skill, which buffs heavy attack damage by a lot. For example, you can use her with Gian, Augusta, and even Zani. You will have to use Phoebe with Zani, and you can play Iuno in place of Shorekeeper or Spectro Rover. But we will have to wait for the proper comparisons for that. If you want more content like this in the future, make sure to support the channel.